जी साहब, अस्सलाम वालेकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। उम्मीद करती हूँ आप तमाम खैरियत से होंगे। प्रोग्राम में आप तमाम को एक दफ़ा फिर से खुश आमदीद। टुडे इज़ अ वेरी स्पेशल डे, जिसके लिए हम पिछले एक हफ़्ते से 10 दिन से आप लोगों से ज़िक्र करते चले आ रहे थे। मैं अपने 3 मुअज़्ज़ज़ मेहमानों को इस वक्त इंट्रोड्यूस करना चाहूँगी। अरसलान हमारे साथ हैं, अदनान सलीम हमारे साथ हैं। मिडिल नेम इज़ वेरी डिफ़िकल्ट, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट द मिडिल नेम। मुझे क्योंकि जब वो मिडिल नेम लेती हूँ तो मुझे वो रेख्ता, आपको याद पता ही है ना, एक पोइट्री का एक साइट है, रेख्ता याद आ जाती है। बहरहाल अदनान, बहुत शुक्रिया। एंड वन ऑफ द बेस्ट मैन, वेरी स्पोर्टी मैन, जनाब मलिक रियाज साहब के छोटे भाई नईम मलिक साहब हमारे साथ हैं। बहरिया टाउन ने पाकिस्तान में जो चीज़ इंट्रोड्यूस की, पाकिस्तान को एक बहुत बड़ा गिफ्ट, यानी अगर आप बहरिया टाउन का ज़िक्र करते हैं पाकिस्तान का, तो वो लाइफस्टाइल जो इंटरनेशनली लोगों के पास लाइफस्टाइल है, जिसमें कम्युनिटी सर्विसेज विद इन द गेटेड कम्युनिटी, वंडरफुल प्लेस। नाउ बहरिया टाउन ने पाकिस्तान में तो बहुत सर्विसेज दी हैं, आपको पता ही है मलिक रियाज साहब ने। बट नाउ अब्रॉड, मिडिल ईस्ट में, दुबई साउथ में जो प्रोग्राम है, आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट अ वेरी स्पोर्टी मैन जनाब नईम मलिक साहब से मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूँगी। बिफोर आई टेक यू टू हिम, एक चीज़ और की करेक्शन करना चाहती हूँ। समटाइम्स हम र्यूमर्स पे बिलीव कर लेते हैं। डोंट बिलीव इन द र्यूमर, ऑलवेज चेक द ट्रुथ व्हाट इट इज़। हमारे एक भाई ने रेडियो पे कॉल करके एक पंजाबी प्रोग्राम में ये मलिक रियाज साहब के बारे में कहा, तो मैंने नईम मलिक साहब को जब इनकी पिक्चर देखी थी, मुझे बिल्कुल मलिक रियाज साहब की कॉपी लगे थे। ठीक है, एंड ही इज़। सर बहुत शुक्रिया फॉर बीइंग विद अस।
थैंक यू वेरी मच। आपके नाजरीन का भी थैंक यू वेरी मच। आपने मुझे मौका दिया कि मैंने पिछले एक हफ़्ते से मैं आपसे रेडियो पे बात कर रहा हूँ, तो आई नो आप देखेंगे आज इंशाल्लाह वी गोना हैव अ वेरी सक्सेसफुल शो प्रेजेंटेशन। तो आपके जितने भी हैं सुनने वालों को उनको कह रहा हूँ कि आप बीटी दुबई साउथ में इन्वेस्ट करें। इंशाल्लाह आपको इनकी रेडियस की वसीले से आपको इन्फॉर्मेशन भी पूरी मिल जाएगी, आपको पता भी चल जाएगा कि इसके प्रोज एंड कॉन्स क्या हैं। तो इंशाल्लाह प्लीज़ लिसन टू अस और हमें मौका दें। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
बहुत शुक्रिया। और मलिक साहब से तो मैं बात करवाती हूँ। आर हीरो, अ वंडरफुल मैन, जो यहाँ की मूवीज़ में अपना रोल प्ले कर रहे हैं। जनाब अरसलान साहब भी मेरे साथ हैं। सलमान आई एम ओल्ड, यू नो व्हाट, मैं वो माँ हूँ जो अपने एक बच्चे को बुलाने के लिए 10 बच्चों के नाम लेती है और आखिर में वो उस बच्चे को जिसको कॉल करी होती है वो याद आता है। बहुत शुक्रिया
अरफा जी, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर इंट्रोड्यूसिंग। पहले मैं कोई और बात करूं, आई एम वेरी बिग फैन ऑफ यू एंड माजिद भाई, बोथ ऑफ यू आर हियर, तो थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग टुडे। मुझे लगता है बहरिया टाउन ये प्रोजेक्ट लेकर आ रहा है नॉर्थ अमेरिका में, एंड दे चोज टोरंटो सबसे पहले। तो दिस इज़ एन ऑनर। पर्सनली मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि बहुत बड़ी ऑनर है कि बहरिया टाउन ने टोरंटो को चुना कि सबसे पहला प्री लॉन्च इवेंट पूरी दुनिया में दुबई साउथ के लिए जो कर रहे हैं वो टोरंटो से शुरू कर रहे हैं। तो वी वेरी ग्रेटफुल फॉर बहरिया टाउन एंड देयर मैनेजमेंट फॉर चूजिंग दिस सिटी, बिकॉज आई थिंक टोरंटो से ज़्यादा वाइब्रेंट सिटी, मल्टीकल्चर सिटीज़ की बात करें, बड़ी सिटीज़ और हो सकती हैं, लेकिन वन वाइब्रेंट की बात करें तो टोरंटो इज़ अ वेरी बिग सिटी एंड दे चोज द राइट प्लेस एंड वी आर वेरी प्राउड ऑफ इट।
थैंक यू वेरी काइंडली। सलमान ने जैसे आपको एक्सप्लेन किया, एंड आई वुड से कि बीटी विच इज़ बहरिया टाउन, सर आप यू आर द मेन पर्सन, यू कम इन द सेंटर। बीटी विच इज़ बहरिया टाउन इन दुबई एंड इट्स आउट ऑफ पाकिस्तान। आई थिंक people living abroad, it's a very good opportunity. They have around 6,000 units, is that right?
जी हाँ, ये बीटी दुबई साउथ में जो है, जो फर्स्ट प्रोजेक्ट है उसमें हम 6,000, फेज़ 1 में 6,000 यूनिट्स हैं, फिर उसके बाद फेज़ 2 में 6,000 यूनिट्स हैं। जो 6,000 यूनिट्स हैं उसमें कंडोमिनियम्स हैं, टाउन हाउसेज हैं, विला हैं, 3 बेडरूम 4 बेडरूम, कमर्शियल स्पेसेस हैं। उसके अलावा हम मूवी थिएटर्स बना रहे हैं, स्कूल्स बना रहे हैं, शॉपिंग सेंटर्स बना रहे हैं। सो इट्स गोना बी अ होल सिटी।
So anywhere from abroad, North America, I know you are watching in States, you are watching in Pakistan, and you are watching in Canada as well, or Great Britain से भी अगर आप लोग हैं, I request these numbers are attached on. You must contact Naeem Malik साहब और Adnan. Both are very sporty people and both are very tall. Adnan, would you?
प्लीज़ आज हम ऑफिशियली लॉन्च करने जा रहे हैं बीडी प्रॉपर्टीज़. सो प्लीज़ कम जॉइन अस. हम इधर 6 बजे तक रहें. सो प्लीज़ कम. इट्स वेरी गुड प्रोजेक्ट. इट्स द मोस्ट हार्डेस्ट एरिया इन दुबई जहाँ ये बिल्ड करने जा रहे हैं. सो प्लीज़ कम जॉइन अस. थैंक यू आरफा जी. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
आज के इवेंट को जिन्होंने मिस किया, they lost a lot. But it's a great opportunity. You must come and visit it. Not now. You can contact them. They will give you all the information regarding this project. I love everybody else who came here and wish you all the best. Please stay tuned.
Thank you.
There's a wonderful girl with the blue eyes.
Green eyes. She's my granddaughter.
What's your name?
Noor.
Huh?
Noor.
Noor is a beautiful name. So who do you love the most, Mama, Baba or Grandpa?
Grandpa.
Ah, very political बयान.
Politically correct.
बहुत शुक्रिया सर आप.
बहुत शुक्रिया.
बहुत शुक्रिया. I have a beautiful young girl with me. You know what? Once we are with the young people, they give us energy, they give us strength. And I think इस एज के बीच में ये मेरी खुशकिस्मती है कि I always come across wonderful young people. What's your name, young girl?
Thank you so much. My name is Saira Faisal and I do have an Asian Women Marketing Company here.
So it's all about the women empowerment as well.
Yes.
So what is your company?
My company is Asian Women Marketing and I have 13 employees, all women, and we promote all kind of businesses here in Toronto.
So she's an entrepreneur, she does business और हमारी बेटियां, मैं always say sometimes आप भी बाहर निकलते होंगे, आपसे भी सवाल पूछते होंगे कि पाकिस्तान में तो बड़ा backward system है. I always say, you know what, we are being strengthened by our fathers, brothers, husbands. And look, this is another example, a woman running a business with good number of employees. And you know what, in Canada, once we pay to our employees, it's not that हम कोई ordinary numbers pay करते हैं. Wonderful beta Jani. Thank you very
so
much.
Thanks a lot.
Tell me about once again your company.
My company
log
name
into
is
that.
Yes, my company name is Asian Women Marketing.
Asian Women Marketing. I love you. Stay tuned please. अब मैं आपकी एक और मुलाकात करवाने जा रही हूँ. मलिक साहब तो नहीं, मलिक साहब तो हैं ही हैं. वो ये तो गायब हो जाते हैं ना बड़े लोग, बिकॉज दे हैव टू वेलकम एवरीबॉडी. हैमिल्टन का जब तस्करा करना शुरू हुआ तो हैमिल्टन में ज़फ़र चौधरी साहब के रेफरेंस से मैं उनकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को बहुत उनके साथ काम भी किया. आई हैव अ वंडरफुल पर्सन जनाब इजाज़ भट्ट साहब हमारे साथ हैं. हैमिल्टन माउंटेन से मेंबर प्रोविंशियल पार्लियामेंट के लिए हैं, इंडिपेंडेंट कैंडिडेट हैं. वाह क्या चीता आदमी है सर. बताइए सर अपने बारे में.
मेरा नाम इजाज़ भट्ट है और हैमिल्टन में मैं तकरीबन कोई 40 साल से रह रहा हूँ और प्रैक्टिकली मैं इन्वॉल्व हुआ हूँ 2014 से. 2 दफ़ा मैंने मेयर का इलेक्शन लड़ा है और दिस इज़ द थर्ड टाइम आई एम रनिंग फॉर द प्रोविंशियल इलेक्शन. एंड द रीज़न आई एम रनिंग एज ए इंडिपेंडेंट कैंडिडेट कि मैं जब भी किसी का डोर नॉक करता हूँ तो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन दे आस्क मी which party are you from? So I in return ask them one question, tell me which party I should go for it. You say all the parties are same. So then I tell them that's the reason I am running for independent. If I win, I will join the majority party so that I can speak for you and get something for the constituency and for do something in the Ontario. If I don't win, I don't want to be, I will not be joining the opposition party because you are just there to criticize the people, right? So you won't be able to do anything for your constituency. So that is the reason I said it is to be independent. It is better to be independent, and when you win, make sure you go and meet with the right party.
You have मुझे इनकी जो पंच लाइन बहुत अच्छी लगी. Bold thoughts, bold decisions and bold actions. Of course, he can speak on your behalf. Representing Hamilton as a इंडिपेंडेंट कैंडिडेट। एजाज साहब, भट्ट साहब, बहुत शुक्रिया।
अगर मैं इसमें थोड़ा सा और चीज़ें ऐड कर देता हूँ, मैं वॉलंटरली काफ़ी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में इन्वॉल्व रहा हूँ और फर्स्ट एवर टैक्सी यूनियन was created by me. I was the founder president of the first Ontario Taxi Union. I was the president of the Muslim Association of Hamilton for the mosque which you see in Hamilton. That was the inauguration, the groundbreaking was done by me for the new mosque. I was also the president of the association, Pakistan Association, in '88, and was the president for almost 8 years. So I kept in. Now I'm in Pakistan Canada Business Association as a chairman, working there, bringing the businessmen together. And I'm a retired person. I thought my retired time should be given to the people who needs it. So
You are a wonderful person and you are representing community in the best possible fashion. जनाब एजाज भट्ट साहब, बहुत शुक्रिया सर।
Okay, thank you, Muzaffar. Arfa.
Before we start, I am going to introduce the host of this event. Very dashing, amazing personality. A very young man from Montreal who's here to host this event and present the BT Property South Dubai project. I would like to invite Syed Naheen Jaffrey on the stage, who has background in financial and he's a very candid and proven investment advisor. Naheen, please come to the stage and introduce yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, yourself. I'm out of no words. Everyone knows who you are. You're well acquainted, and thank you very much for such a warm welcome. I hope you stick around so you can join me on stage.
For sure, thank you.
Perfect. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. First and foremost, welcome to all of you for taking the time out and attending this auspicious event. The one goal which we all have as a team today is to show to you how we can add value for the time that you've taken to attend this event. Throughout the event, you will hear from different speakers who are going to discuss how the next future is in Dubai. I'm going to introduce the evening, the afternoon, with a brief history of Bahria Town, followed by some insights on real estate by Mr. Ramadan Raki Salim. And if you were to look at the stage, you will see our agenda for the evening, just to give you an idea on what to expect. Furthermore, you can hear more about Dubai prospects. We're going to hear now from Mr. Nash Qureshi, one person who I was introduced to about 4 days ago, and he's all about what's in it for the cloud time. Is going to attend the event. So I promise you, you will have a lot more of knowledge, interest from Dubai. Moving forward, we have Dubai Data and Financial Insights. That's going to be taken care of by Mr. Kyle Khan. Kyle is someone who has accumulated a lot of data-driven insights to prove to you why today's session is so informative and why it is essential for all of us to have Dubai in our financial overview for the future. Furthermore, we're going to dig into someone who has spent a lot of time in Dubai. I just was introduced to her shortly before, and she would like to give us an idea on why, being away from Pakistan, it does take a while for us to go back and whatnot. And now Pakistanis themselves are also feeling a bit of cringe to leave Pakistan given the circumstances. However, there's a new safe haven which does feel like home, which is closer to home, and which is becoming an investment hotspot. How this place can rise to give all of us value, a safe haven, plus investable assets which can gain value in the near future. We're going to take a little break there for refreshments, followed by a Q&A session where I encourage all of you to go talk to all of our speakers, ask any questions that you might have, get more insights. Moving forward, it's going to be the main event. We're going to hear from the horse's mouth, the person who made all of this put together, the reason why we in Toronto have this first mover's advantage to invest in Dubai, Mr. Malik Naik. Furthermore, we're going to talk about the project showcase and then answer the million-dollar question on how you can all book a condo by sitting here, by going on our website. We're going to have some closing remarks, and that will be the end of it. At the end, I still encourage you to stick around because all of us depend on going to each and every one of you and answering any questions that you might have. Without further ado, please put your hands together for Mr. Adnan Rafi Salim.
गुड आफ्टरनून, थैंक यू वेरी मच आप सब लोगों का कि आपने अपना टाइम निकाल के तो इधर पार्टिसिपेट किया है। और मैं आप सब लोगों का अगेन I'm just little nervous because the first time I'm dealing with such a big project. Officially आज हम लॉन्च करने जा रहे हैं BT Properties, और BT Properties से कैसे मैं कनेक्ट हुआ, थोड़ा सा मैं बैकग्राउंड आपको बता दूं कि आई नो मलक नईम साहब मोर देन 10 ईयर, और वी बीन वेरी गुड फ्रेंड, ही इज़ लाइक ए बिग ब्रदर टू मी, एंड वी डिड कपल ऑफ प्रोजेक्ट. So I found out he's the most honest, down to earth, and always visionary about the project. He's very concentrated on the project, and I don't know how I'm going to tell him, but he's everything to me. So हम आज अभी चांस मिला है कि हम बैरियर टाउन में इकट्ठे काम कर सकें, तो इंशाल्लाह ऑफिशियली आज लॉन्च हो रहा है बैरियर टाउन. तो थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Moving on to continue with the day, I'd like to call upon stage Mr. Nash Qureshi to talk a bit more about the future of Dubai. Why is Dubai the future? What suggests, what states, or what makes Dubai the reason where our money should go there? And he himself, to give you a background, is a candid businessman. He's worked in multiple fields. He's data-driven strategies. I guess he's there, so I just let him talk more about it. So thank you very much. A big round of applause for Mr. Nash Qureshi.
So let's start with the location. Dubai South comprises of approximately 145 square kilometers, which is only 3.5% of the total Dubai footprint. And remember this 3.5% number in your mind as we talk about some other demographics. You will realize why I chose to include that into the presentation. As far as the location, there's good highway systems in Dubai, and this location that Bahria Town has picked is literally 10 minutes drive to the Expo City in Dubai, which will become World Trade Center. That's the new name of the Expo City. It's a 20-minute drive to Palm Jumeirah. It's a 30-minute drive to Dubai downtown, Burj Khalifa area. You guys live in big cities. Do you guys think that these are really long distances? I hope not. These are very short distances for a big metropolis like Dubai, which is on its way to being. Next thing, I'm going to talk about the government initiatives. The very first one I want to talk about is what's planned by the Dubai government. There's the housing being planned is for 1 million residents, and BT Properties in Dubai South would be providing part of that 1 million residency. Toronto has 106 gates. JFK has 130 gates. LAX has 161 gates. Now that's a total of less than 400 gates that this new airport is going to provide. Just imagine that for a moment, for the size. It has huge cargo terminals because they want to tie this airport to to the Jebel Ali port and the industrial zone that they have created, where cargo can come into Jebel Ali and goes through the industrial industrial area for value-add processing, and maybe use the airport to push out that product all over the world. So this sits on a 670 square kilometer, that airport. That just gives you a size of what this is about. Okay, enough about the airport. Dubai World Trade Center, which is currently called the Expo, this is built at the cost of 20 billion AED, which is approximately $5 billion US dollars, a little more than $5 billion US dollars, sizable number. So huge amount of presence, global presence. I'll talk about that, and that is committed. With so much interest in the area and international brands and developers investing in their capital, this area will become central once DXB is shut down and decommissioned in the next 10 years. So, like I said before, this is designed to flourish. 2,000 global tenants are leasing in DWTC, or the World Trade Center, Dubai World Trade Center. Some of the notable tenants are Siemens, Boeing, GM, Shell, Schlumberger, Amazon, FedEx, DHL, to name a few. So, last but not least, the question comes to your mind, what's in it for me? This area would provide modern life amenities synonymous with Dubai lifestyle. Dubai provides personal freedom and security, which is paramount to pretty much everyone. And similar freedoms and security are extended to Dubai South as well. They have a strong legal structure, which a lot of people from the third world, Pakistan, India, places like that, they know that might is right. That is the only law. But in Dubai, what they're synonymous is with a strong legal structure and matured legal structure that they have adopted from the first world. And that strong legal structure is present for property ownership as well, through an organization called DLD, or Dubai Land Development. There's zero property taxes and zero income tax. So if you own a property, like in the US and Canada, you know that there's so much taxes that you have to pay. In US, we pay 3% of our property value in taxes every year, but zero property taxes in Dubai. There's no change in the currency of Dubai because it is anchored to the US dollar. The exchange rate is around 3.67 since 1997. That in itself creates stability. And then there's some other benefits. There's guaranteed long-term entry to Dubai and residency, which has to do with golden visas that are being offered at 2+ million AED property investment, and guaranteed visas that are 2-year and renewable for additional 2 years, and so on, as long as you own the owner, as long as you're the owner of the property, worth 400,000 AED, which is about 100,000 US dollars and maybe 120, $130,000 Canadian dollars. There's high rental yield, approximately 7.5%. Let's say if you own a property that's $100,000, your rental income would be $7,500 every year. If you don't have to pay taxes, that's a pretty good return. And of course, with all that I've mentioned earlier, with the airport, with the expo, with all the other infrastructure that is going on in that space, there's a high potential for property value appreciation. And of course, you are getting in on the first floor. Okay, that's the end of my presentation. And if you have any questions for me specifically, please reach out to me during the Q&A session. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. The way I look at the market when I invest my personal money, I cannot invest in anything if anything does not make economic sense to me. And what drives me is the data. And when I get the data, I can see how I can do the prediction. But when you do predictive analysis, issue is that you're working on the history of the data. You don't know the future. So taking all these into consideration and making your decision is not an easy thing. Okay? So I don't know how many of you have done other investment other than real estate or so, but I think in life almost everyone has done something in stock market or here or there. And when you do that, you always think you are gonna do the best, and you are told by other people, maybe people call you after, tell, okay, you do this kind of investment, this is how you're gonna make money. But all this predictive analysis might not bring fruit to you. So my whole presentation today is only basically just a food for thoughts. And I want to see that the way I have put out together, none of the data is my proprietary data. Everything I have picked it out from outside so that I can put it in front of you guys and let you guys make a decision if it makes sense or not. And then I want to, the way I have plugged those information and how I am coming to that conclusion, the ball is in your court to decide whether the information I'm giving you has enough worth in there that you can make your decision based on that. So I know you all are savvy investors, and I don't have to teach you the basics of the real estate investment or so. My colleagues who came here, they have talked a lot about the same thing, which I'm gonna talk also. But my approach is a little bit different because I will try to correlate the data, then data analysis of some of the things, what Dubai has done, and then what Dubai initiatives are. In addition to that, I will also talk about a little bit of how the geopolitics can impact us, whether here in this country or in Dubai. So, and then what Bahria Town has done so far. Some of the data you might not know, and some of the data I might bring to your knowledge very first time. It was the same thing. I mean, I grew up in Rawalpindi. I was the neighbor of Malik Saab too. But after knowing all about the Bahria Town, I still did not know a lot about Bahria Town. When I was told that they're starting a project in Dubai, I started digging deeper into Bahria Town. When I looked into that, then I realized more and more so that I thought I can pick that information and give it to you guys too and see if that helped you guys. So let's start with my one of the slides. Oh, you're gonna give me the sticker. Thank you very much, Naeem. Okay. All right. Sorry. I'm sorry, I did not know. Okay. Thank you. Okay. My first task is I'm going to tell you about, let the data speak. Okay? Then we will go with the Dubai initiative, swim through the, let me take this out if you don't mind. Okay, yes, it's easy. Thank you. That's fine. Thank you. Then swim through the geopolitics, and then we'll talk about accomplished real estate developer. Okay. So let's look at the data. As I said, that it's not proprietary. It all came from other sources, which you guys can go and confirm that. You can find it on the web, either Some of the marketers, they have put this data out there, or like Khaleej Times, Google, everywhere these are available. Number one, in 2024, Dubai real estate value hits all-time high. Okay? They have made sales for almost 519 billion AED. That is 37% increase in residential conversion, and then they have made 423 billion. Then they have a total increase in the rental, 70% increase in the rental, which is 44 billion they have made in rental income. So if you look at it on the right side, there is a total number of sales in there. So that's the place to go at this point. Let's say what Dubai has done. Dubai's initiative, my friend Nash has also talked about those. So let's go over some of the numbers, like long-term visas, for example. 5 to 10 years, a golden visa, and all those. Economic diversification they have created, in which they have brought more tech and finance and tourism, obviously, and the real estate also. Then tax incentive they have given. No personal tax, no wealth tax, no property tax, all those kind of things. And in US, Canada, around here, we are bombarded with the taxes. No matter what we do, we have taxes to pay. I mean, everything, even government pays you something, we still have to pay taxes on that too. And I have friends who, even on Social Security, they can't make their ends meet because they have to pay taxes on that too. Relationship of mutual dependency on this. So looking into that, I think the government in the US right now is very supportive of what's going on in even Dubai and the UAE. All right, so let's. Oh, the one. Then here. It's good?
That was the last one.
Yeah, okay, so there is one thing else I want to tell you here. Okay. So, about Bahria Town. How many of you have invested in Bahria Town before? All right. Some of the facts I'm going to talk about the Bahria Town, which some of you might know and some might not know. Like, if you take the area of Bahria Town, which is only in bigger cities, Lahore, Karachi, Rawalpindi, Islamabad, these three, I'm not talking about all the Bahria Town, I'm just talking about these 3-4 cities. The total area covered with Bahria Town is almost 185 square miles. 185 square miles is a lot of area. And the population settled in those areas is almost, only in the big cities I'm talking about, is almost 1.2 to 1.3 million. It's a huge number of what Bahria Town does. Wherever they go, they create new cities. As Nahin also mentioned, they create a city within the city, with all the infrastructure and everything in there. Once you go into Bahria Town, people recognize you by Bahria Town, not in the city of Karachi, Lahore. They say Bahria Town. That's a trademark basically. Okay? So, what I would say at the end is to sum up that please go to groupmalik.com and we have a form there to fill out. My friends will walk you through about all the detail of that, which will let Group Malik help you build your legacy and go to Bahria Town and do investment in the property. That this is going to be one of the golden opportunity on your door right now. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Maha Kitabi, come and talk to us about her experience in Dubai. Huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
आप लोगों ने एक क्या कहते हैं म्यूजिक लाइन सुनी होगी यला हबीबी आगे क्या Once more, Yalla Habibi. Zabardast. Thank you so much. Acha, a little brief intro. I grew up in Dubai, not in Dubai actually. I grew up in Abu Dhabi, and my family moved there. My family, my extended family, chacha, chachi, mamu, mami, sare jo hamare family members hai. A lot of them moved to Dubai in the 1970s. I grew up in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi myself. मैं दुबई इसलिए बोलती हूँ because लोगों को अबू धाबी और दुबई का डिफरेंस कभी-कभी ना पता नहीं चलता. तो we have seen the United Arab Emirates because 1971 में it got united as a country. So we actually saw it being built. तो जब हम लोग छोटे थे और हम लोग अबू धाबी से दुबई जाते थे तो it used to be a great adventure. जैसे कि यहाँ से आप डिज्नी जा रहे हैं तो एक गाड़ी के अंदर सब लोग भर के एक खाली सी रोड होती थी, लेफ्ट पे डेजर्ट, राइट पे डेजर्ट, एक चाय का खोका रास्ते में मिलता था, उस पर सारे बच्चे कहते थे अंडा पराठा खाना है, राइट? तो अंडा पराठा is a very important thing in Dubai actually because everybody has anda paratha chai 24 hours a day. What I actually miss about Dubai, I've been here for about almost a decade now. What I miss about Dubai is the comfort that I have of living in that city, knowing my people are around me, knowing the fact, being a Muslim, कि मुझे अजान की आवाज़ आ रही है, knowing the fact कि ईद पे मुझे कपड़े इतने अच्छे अच्छे मिल रहे हैं जहाँ पे मुझे एक कुर्ता लेने के लिए $150 नहीं खर्च करने पड़ते. I can get very lavish, luxurious, branded clothes for a very, sweet price that I would love to afford, which I can't over here. So, जिनके बच्चे छोटे हैं, education-wise, a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful country to have your kids educated there because your kids will actually experience the real cultures of the world, not just what they see on TV. I'm a little biased about, quite a few things. लेकिन यूनिवर्सिटीज़ अच्छी हैं, आपका नो हाउ है लोगों के साथ, और मेरे लिए सबसे बड़ा एडवांटेज, आई वुड लव टू प्रमोट दुबई 24/7. लेकिन at the same time, for me, knowing Naeem Bhai and knowing Bahria Town and what it has done in Pakistan, I feel very comfortable in saying, Naeem Bhai, here's my money, I know you personally, I know half the people over here working in your team personally. I would be very comfortable investing in the city that I grew up in, and I'm definitely going back to, hopefully, 1-2-3 साल में वापस तो मुझे आप भेज देंगे. But inshallah, that's, again, if you want to live your life, enjoy the culture. I'm not saying Canada is bad, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful. Yes, but you want to be close to home. You want to be close to your people. You want to be able to, speak your language anytime. And Dubai is one city that literally never sleeps. आपको रात को 3 बजे भी सुशी खानी है ना, तो कोई ना कोई आपके घर पे डिलीवर कर लेगा या आप किसी रेस्टोरेंट में चले जाएंगे. So that's all I wanted to add. There's so much I can speak about it, but.
So without further ado, a huge round of applause. I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Malik Naeem.
First of all, good afternoon and Assalamu alaikum. My name is Naeem Malik. I grew up in Montreal. I came here to Canada when I was 19 years old. I did my studies from Concordia. I graduated from Concordia University. I went to aviation, did aviation, couldn't find a job. And then I ended up working for a company. Climbed the ladder, and now I'm gonna put one thing to rest, one rumor to rest, because so many people came to me and told me, are you really Malik Riaz's brother? So I want to tell them, yes. We have the same mother and the same father. He's my elder brother. He's my role model. I always look up to him. जब छोटे भाई होते हैं तो बड़े भाइयों के सामने आप कुछ नहीं बोलते. So right now he tapped me. I was doing my own business. I have a construction company, my transport company. He tapped me to do this, and now I'm doing marketing for my brother. I'm humbled and honored that he chose me, and he put all his confidence in me. He is an amazing person, an extraordinary human being, a very, very generous person. He runs so many charities. He has 5 hospitals. There's about 250,000 people that He feeds them every day. It's not He feeds them; Allah feeds them through Him. So the God gave Him that the power to go and feed the people. That's who we are. As at the end of the day, is yes, He did His business. He did Barrier Town. He built 200 square miles of Barrier Town. Nobody else in Asia built that what He built. He built 200 square miles, developed it. Now you can see Barrier Town. You can check on any what's called website. You can check on YouTube, Facebook, Marketplace, wherever you want to see, you will see Barrier Town. Wow. And you know what? Barrier Town just started with a small, we wanted to build like 200-300 houses, and that was it. And then from that 200-300 houses, people loved it. People loved his vision. He taught people of Pakistan how to live. He thought, yes, you can live like this. You can have the safety, the security, you can have, all the amenities that you deserve. So he taught in a way that nobody else taught of people of Pakistan how to live, and you can see his vision from Karachi to Lahore, Islamabad, Garden City, Icon Towers, the tallest building in Pakistan, 67 stories. That's what he built. So people love him because of his vision. The people love him. He's a hard worker. I know there's a lot of garbage going on in this media too in Pakistan about him. That's all, in Pakistan, I don't know if you saw those Punjabi movies of Bola Chad and Nuri Nath. That's what they do. They bark, and barking dogs are the minds. So at the end of the day, he's a businessman. He started this because of Ali Raz is his son. He's a young guy, he wanted to take the company globally, so that's what he did. He started in Dubai, and that's what we are here for. In the end, I am his younger brother. I'm the baby brother. We are 8 brothers in total, 2 sisters. 3 of my brothers passed away. 1 of my sisters passed away. God bless. God gave them peace in heaven. And that's all I have to say, that you need to. Now I'm going to talk about a little bit of Dubai South. What is Dubai South all about? We are building about 6,000 units. Out of 6,000 units, there's going to be about, let's say, 500 to 1,000 condos. There's going to be townhouses. There's going to be villas, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms villas. There's going to be commercial spaces. There's going to be shopping centers. There's going to be stores. There's going to be parks, theme parks, mosque, replica, like you heard from Ali, that he's building a replica of the Blue Mosque from Istanbul. We are building golf course. We are building every amenity that you will see in a community, in a city. So we say like a city within a city. So where are we building? We are building right next door to the biggest airport in the world, Sheikh Maktoum Airport. It's going to be like 5 to 7 minute drive from the Sheikh Maktoum Airport. This place is called Dubai South. It's I don't know if you saw my interviews, a couple of interviews I did. I explained to them where it's located. It is very strict. The whole thing is called by the Dubai government Golf City. In the Golf City, we have the most land. BT property, it has the most land. Then next to us is the Marg, and next to the Marg is Imam. I believe after we launched BT Properties, Dubai Imam's going to launch theirs. Why you want to invest in BT Properties, I'm going to explain to you. Why you don't want to invest anywhere else in Dubai? Anywhere else in Dubai I'm not saying it's not a boom in Dubai. There is a property boom in Dubai. But right now, why you want to invest in Dubai South? Dubai South is a very brand new area. The vision of the Dubai government is to put 1 million people over there, create 500,000 jobs, and like my friends told you, is 36% of the GDP of Dubai. That's where Dubai South is going to come from. On top of us is the economic corridor, where China is putting $128 billion. Then even my home province, where I'm from, Montreal, they are putting their pension funds and the insurance about $5 billion in Dubai South. So you can see the trust different. Like, you know, we live in Canada. Now, Quebec has the choice to put the money in Dubai South. Us, you know, and what's it called? China is putting $128 billion. Everybody right now is going in Dubai South. Imagine, like my buddy told you, $84 billion project airport. That's equal to about $240 billion. They are investing so much money. And just imagine just the airport, when it's going to be in operation, I think it's in 27, 28, but completion is 29. So imagine all these people, they need somewhere to live. They need apartments, they need houses, they need townhouses, they need parks, they need shopping centers. Because the airport is right there. It's very convenient to just go there, like you drive 5-7 minutes to your work. So I'm saying the rental will be skyrocketing. If you see the data my buddy Kyle and Nash presented, I'm going to stop right here for 1 second because I have to thank the directors of Group Malik. Kyle, he came from all the way North Carolina, a Wall Street guy. He gave you all his numbers and he gave you his 2 cents why you should invest in Dubai South. Then my friend Nash, he came from Chicago. This guy is an IT guy. He's in charge of all the, what he's building for Group Malik, the website. He's in charge of everything. He has put countless hours. I have to thank him personally, Kyle and Nash. Then behind the scene is my buddy from childhood. They're all my buddies from childhood. We grew up together, we went to school together. My best friend was sitting right there. He came from Ohio. His name is Edwin Bakerini. He put thousands of hours in the back to build and discussions and how we should launch, the pre-launch. Then again with him is my silent buddy, Gibran. His wife is a lawyer actually, so we call him every time we get stuck in any legal issues, we call Gibran. And also, in the end, I have to thank Adnan, who's a partner in my crime. He organized everything, all the realtors, all the agents, the brokers. He's head of that, and Salman. And they did a very, very amazing job. I really thank you, everybody. Amazing job. Going back to Dubai South, I just want to tell you why we should invest. Why? The reason is, if you, right now, we are building 6,000 units. The mall is building 3,300 units. I don't know how much the mall is building, but close to about 2,000-3,000 units. I would say yes. So, can you imagine the action that place is going to get? Can you imagine your money is going to double and quadruple in days? I know one of my niece, I'm going to tell you a story about my niece. She came from Pakistan. She wanted to leave Pakistan and she wanted to live in Dubai. So what she did is that she just bought a condo. From condo in 6 months, she bought another condo. She made so much money, she just bought a 4.2 million dirham home. So can you imagine the boom, the property, how the boom is happening in Dubai? So now, in the end, I'm going to take anybody has any questions, I'm here. So I'm going to interact with you guys and you can ask me any questions you want.
So thank you very, very much.
So now with the form that you have processed called the commitment form, which is on my website, groupmalik.com, we are not asking you any money. In the beginning, we were actually, BD was thinking of it, all the administration were thinking about it to add like $500 to $1,000. We took that out. So now anybody can fill the form, commitment form. Very simple process. What does the commitment form do? My buddy Arkin is going to come on the stage and he's going to show you how to fill the form and what do's and don'ts of the commitment forms. He will explain to you in detail. So what does the commitment form do? Commitment form gives you the right to come in the queue. So we have only 6,000, you can see from the video, we have, I'll say about 1,000 apartments in the phase 1. Phase 2, we also have 6,000 units, but we have not announced in phase 2 yet. we're gonna first, sell the phase one, which is going crazy right now. So I know our computers are going crazy, our numbers are going up. I know there's not too many people, but a lot of people online are, filling out the forms and commitment forms and getting into the queue. So after the queue, what happens after the queue? So after when BT will announce their launch date, we're gonna tell you to put a small deposit then. So that time, if let's say for apartment, estimate $500 or $1,000, whatever it is going to be, you're gonna deposit that money into BT escrow account. So your money is not actually going to BT, you're going to BT escrow account in Dubai. So Dubai has a law, because Dubai does not release money to the developers. What happens is they go as we here in Canada work as a progressive mortgage. So in stages, let's say if the 20% the work is done, they're going to release the money. So that's how the way government controls all the developers. So all your money is going to go into their escrow account. That's step one. Step one, what does step one do? That authenticates your standing in the queue. So it confirms that, okay, Mr. So-and-so has number 2 for apartment, 2 bedrooms, because we have different categories, so 2. So we have a limited amount of 2 bedrooms apartment. So he's number 2. So he's sure himself or guaranteed himself an apartment. Because if he comes later on and we do not have any 2 bedrooms or apartments left, sorry, we cannot do nothing. You can call me or you can call anybody. There's nothing I can do to help you. Either you will wait for the phase 2 or you will wait till anybody drops out. So let's say if you fill the commitment form today and nobody wants this, let's say when we tell you in March or April, whatever the date is going to be, the BT will announce, you guys have to deposit $500 or $1,000 into the BT account. So if you don't do it, it means you lost your position. So somebody else is going to fill it. Anybody? So you're going to stand up to that point. So then, after when we do the launch, when the prices will come out, if you like the price, you like the layout, you like where the building is located, where the villa is located, if you want to buy it, you send whatever the terms and conditions of BT will be, 5, 10, 20%, you have to send again to the BT escrow account. So after that, when you send that, Dubai Land Authority is going to issue you the deed of sale, which is the same thing like Canada. And once you have the deed of sale, you are good to go. Now, I want to just discuss a little bit what's the benefits of buying a property in Dubai. It also gives you a golden visa. If you spend over 2 million dirhams in Dubai, you get a golden visa. What is a golden visa? Golden visa is a citizenship of Dubai, but it's not a citizenship of Dubai. You enjoy all the perks and privileges of everything, but you're not citizen. But you can go apply for a mortgage, regular mortgage in any bank. You can take advantage of your education system, your health system, or whatever it comes in. So I just suggest you go online, you see online, what's the benefits of having a visa, golden visa. There's also if you spend just a little bit of, let's say $400,000, you get a real estate visa, which you can stay in Dubai for 2 years, but it doesn't give you all the benefits. You can stay there, you can come and go, and you stay there. But the new rules and regulations of Dubai is you can only stay there, in the Canadian citizen, an American passport, or British passport, or any passport in the world, maximum 90 days in Dubai. In 1 year, you cannot stay more than that. So if you spend $400,000 dirhams, which is I think $125,000, $150,000, you can stay there for 3 years permanently. Nobody's going to touch you, and you can invest and do business or whatever wish you feel like.